I'm kind of surprised by the Will Shipley hate. I know that we did a video on Will Shipley and is he like Christian McCaffrey? And a lot of people said, "Oh, Morgan, this apples to oranges." And I get it. I get it. But this morning on Mickey Plyler's show, I was shocked because I was talking about my Morgan ratings. And I was talking about how Will Shipley was 86 overall, number 1 for Clemson on the offensive side, highest rated guy on offense. And fellas, I got a lot of pushback in the text messages and on chat and in my Twitter feed about I was crazy about how he's not even the best running back on the team, much less the best player on offense.
Yeah.
I don't understand where this is coming from. Now, let me pull up my screen here and share with you. I'll share with you the Thomas ratings here. Let me see if I can make it big screen for you and blow it up. Hopefully, maybe you can see that. Hopefully. But this is let me see if I can make it bigger. I don't know. There we go. So this is the Thomas ratings, right? And this is my Madden attempt at making a rating system for Clemson. Okay. So I'm looking at this and I put, as you can see, Will Shipley 86 overall, Jordan McFadden 83 overall. For Kobe Pace, I did 71 and Phil Moffa 73, but most of that is because of how the rating system is. That's not really what I think, but that's just the rating system in general. But when I put Will Shipley as 86, a lot of fans said, no way. Kobe Pace, number 1, best overall, best running back in the room. On the flip side, some people came out and said, oh man, Phil Moffa, if he just got a chance, he would be the best. So Al, do you think I was right? Or maybe I'm missing something? Maybe actually Will Shipley is not the best running back in the room.
No, I definitely agree with your rating here. I think Shipley is that guy. I think maybe they're thinking about the few times he dropped the pass out of the backfield. That I'm telling you, he's going to have that corrected. I certainly hope this year. And I think that's going to add another dimension. But he's got another gear than Kobe Pace does. And Kobe Pace is a great back. Now, I will tell you this: I do have a major issue with the disparity between Will Shipley and Kobe Pace. I would have Pace second, and honestly, I would have him rated somewhere around an 80 to an 82, something like that. Honestly, it's really difficult for me to know the stats that Uiagalelei had last year, or Ngata, who barely played, and how they're rated so much higher than Kobe Pace, who played well last year. So I'm not exactly sure how your ratings work, but that seems very off to me.
So I'll tell you how the ratings work. And I try to zoom in here. I'll give you another photo here. Zoom in for you.
I can see it.
So the ratings start with the 24/7 Sports Composite rating, okay. And then I give them a nerf. I subtract 21 points from their 24/7 Sports. So you see, Cade Klubnik was a 99 overall. Minus 21 means he's a 78. He then the players then I give them points in sequence based on. In I don't know what you call it, multipliers, maybe not sequence, but I give them points based off of how many snaps they've played and what kind of accolades they get at the end of the season. So you have to be somebody that gets on, say, the All ACC team, the All Conference teams, the All Americans, the people that get awarded at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get points for that as well. So you get points for playing time and snaps.
Okay.
But you also get points for how well you did in your conference and how well you did it nationally.
Okay.
And so someone like Will Shipley obviously got, national recognition at the end of the year.
Sure.
And he also had a ton of snaps. So that's why he jumped up from his rating. Plus also he was, like a high 4-star, 5-star guy.
Yeah.
So he already started out, with some help there.
Sure.
That's how I did the system. So okay. I will say some guys who maybe were hurt by 24/7 Sports Composite, it's a bigger hill to climb for them on my rating system.
Okay. Yeah, and I didn't know how you did your rating system at all, really. So the Will Shipley, I think, is appropriately ranked, no doubt. But in Phil Moffa, by the way, I don't want to throw him under the bus because this dude's unbelievably talented, and I don't think he's far behind either of them. He's just a different back. But I think Kobe Pace should, like I said, be in the 80 to 82 range. And what I think you need to do, and where I think you messed up, is you're not using the eye test at all. And I think that's a huge part. I don't care what they were coming out of high school. I care what they looked like on the field last year when they were in, whether they were in for 50 snaps or whether they were in for 10. And Pace looked like a dang good back, and I think you gotta factor that in.
That was hard for me too, because say for example, Will Taylor, he is hurt with my rating system. He's a 63.
Right.
But he's hurt because he started out so low because of his low recruiting rating.
Right.
84 minus 21, 63, and he really didn't play but 15 snaps. So my rating can't give him any more points.
And that's fair for Will Taylor because he didn't play enough for us to know. And I mean, I
got a lot of flack for Will Taylor because they said, "Man, if you just see the guy, you know he's awesome."
They think he's going to be awesome, and I agree with them. Is the thing, but we haven't seen it on the field. I mean, honestly, he played like 4 snaps and he got injured.
So how could I factor in the eye test?
You really can't with him. But people that have played, you can. So if they're freshmen, never taken a snap on the field before, maybe you don't factor that in. But it's very difficult for me to see a 15-point disparity between Shipley and Pace when most people seem to think they're relatively even backs, maybe 1A, 1B.
So Bruce gets in and says, "Why use high school ratings when they don't matter?" Well, I have to have a starting point.
Sure.
I have to have some sort of nationally recognized starting point, and I went with the 24/7 Sports composite that's supposed to take multiple recruiting outlets and bring them together and start it. Now, what Madden does, for example, Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall draft pick, his first rating overall 78 on Madden as a rookie. So they give you a 27-point nerf for changing levels of skill level from college to NFL. And I did the same thing here, but I understand there's flaws. There's always going to be flaws.
Of course.
But I will say as Clemson fans, to me, when I try to look at this objectively, it doesn't not make sense. Yeah, there may be 1 or 2 players that don't make sense that maybe like, man, I wish they had more rating. But this is a rating system that I'm hoping I'm going to try it with South Carolina and Alabama and Georgia. I'm hoping that it will work across other teams as well. And so a lot of people say, "Oh man, the wide receivers, they look low rated to me." Well, I'm just curious because I can't wait till I open up South Carolina or NC State or somebody else that Clemson or Georgia Tech, for example. I can't wait till I pull them out and try to do ratings for them. You're going to see, I think it'll be easier when you see it compared to another team. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because when you just look at just this team, it's like, ooh, they're low rated. But really, I tried to make it universal.
Right.
Now, Houston, when you look at the offensive ratings here, I know you warned me. You were like, be careful, tread lightly. And Mickey Plyler also said back in the day when he was writing for TigerNet, he did a 1 to 85 ranking on who was most valuable to the team.
Oh, man.
And he said he'll never do that again. Because everybody's mom hated and grandma hated him for 2 years, would call him and be mad at him and yell at him for doing it. Now, I'm not rating these guys against each other. All I'm doing is putting points to specific values based on playing time, recruiting ratings, and postseason awards and what they did on a national stage. So Houston, anything out there, like when you look at this, you see anything sticking out to you, or do you feel like it looks pretty good?
I mean, look, I played NCAA football 14 over Madden any day of the week. And look, as a kid, I would just boost these ratings up anyway to 99 overall.
Yeah.
So
99 everybody.
And 99 everybody. They would all be 6'7", 315, and run 4.4s. That's even my lineman. That's what I was doing. And so, yeah, I mean, look, these are going to change. They're going to have to. And Morgan, I love you to death, man, but I'm not putting much stock in any of these ratings simply because.
Whoa.
Hey, look, man.
Houston.
Look.
How? What? The
Just
Morgan ratings? You're not going to put stock in the Morgan ratings?
Well, I mean, look, man, we all know Will Taylor is higher than a 63. You know, that's whatever. He's higher than a 63. Jake Brenningstool's higher than a 76. You know, we can look at this. Moffa and Pace are higher than
they really didn't use Jake Brenningstool to be honest. I gave him points, but I mean, you know, they really didn't use him like they should have.
Right, but
I mean, literally, if you want points on my system, play more snaps.
and you know what? It is your system, your graphics. You're entitled to that.
Let's move over to defense. I want Houston to look at the defense. Now look at the overall rating here. Offense, I had an 85 overall. Okay. So even with my ratings that you guys like to make fun of, the Morgan ratings, which are the most accurate ratings in college football ever created. 85. Now defense a 95 overall. Yep. All right.
I feel like these are accurate. I think there's not as many on here. I mean, granted, it's because Clemson has a very highly rated defense, right? So we can make that call. There are a couple, like I feel like Barrett Carter, he should be in that silver medalist range. I get it, the snap thing, but he's a freak. He's kind of like Trenton Simpson, except just on the other side of the ball. And you know, I look at the others; they make sense. The defensive line makes complete sense. You know, to me, as far as how highly rated they are, I think there might be some controversy over XT.
Absolutely.
I agree. Look, I know that some people are gonna hate on that, but I mean, when he's on, even you think about the NC State game that Clemson lost. That game could have been a lot worse if XT was not up on his game that day. He forced, I want to say, 2 turnovers, or helped force 2 turnovers. So I agree with the 99. Now, once again, I don't put much stock in it.
The thing about Xavier Thomas, all right, unanimous freshman All-American.
Sure.
That on my system gives you a lot of points there. 2021 third team All-ACC. That gives you points as well. 1,333 snaps over 46 games. So he benefits from playing, not only being a freshman All-American, but 2-time third team All-ACC.
Mm-hmm.
And he's played 1,300 freaking snaps. How can he not be a 99 overall?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't factor in injury, but
it affects your snaps. So you kind of do factor. I say that you say you do anyways. If you're going by snaps, here's my thing. First of all, I need to tell you, Morgan, this is a great graphic. It's really awesome. But what I think you should be doing is
probably too much time.
Yeah, I think you should be doing something like this. For the freshmen you've never seen play, go ahead, use the 24/7 stuff from high school. You know, their accolades coming in. That's all fine and good. But for the people that you have seen play, I think you need to take that away and use the eye test. And I think that's going to give you more accurate ratings.
How do I do that, though, and make it consistent over multiple teams, especially the ones I haven't seen?
Well,
that would be hard.
That's not your problem. Who cares about other teams? It's about the team that you watch. So
right.
if you want to keep this raggedy system that you have going on for your other teams, fine. But for Clemson, make it accurate. Because this is
accurate. Everybody picks on me. The one on defense, everybody picks on me about Rook Aurora, 73.
Fair criticism.
They say, "Oh man, this guy's way better than 73."
Yeah, I would agree. He needs to be higher.
Now, but the thing is, he's kind of a Will Shipley situation, or a Will Taylor situation. Not so much being injured, but for the first, he's really more of a Kobe Pace situation. First 2 years,
you got him wrong too.
No.
Okay, Al. Let's not go backwards. Okay, let's move forward.
I'm trying to help you out, brother. I really
Bill also gets in and says XT gets the Thomas boost.
Yeah,
so that is true. But Rook gets hurt like Kobe Pace because he really wasn't the highest rated guy coming out of 24/7 Sports. So that's where Mickey, and I think you guys agree, there needs to be some sort of adjustment for when 24/7 Sports is wrong. Like they're obviously wrong on Will Taylor. We think, I mean, we haven't seen enough snaps to really know. We assume they're wrong on Will Taylor. We assume they're wrong on Rook. We assume they're wrong on Kobe Pace. We assume they're wrong maybe on Nate Wiggins because of the hype we're hearing. So there are certain situations like Levante Bentley. We assume they're wrong on him too. He was a lower 4-star guy. So, these guys that are going to be coming into their own, and I say that too, we are anticipating the upcoming season. Going into I don't do negative points. So this is their floor, okay, going into this season. So they could just destroy it and be awesome going forward. But one thing I do think that this helps with, for me at least, is to visually see how awesome the defensive line is. I mean, look at how stacked the defensive line is. Yeah. Look at how solid that you have Trenton Simpson, Barrett Carter, and Andrew Makuba, right? But on the flip side, take your orange-colored glasses off. Jalen Phillips, this is going to be his first time probably starting. This is going to be Nate Wiggins' first time starting. Now, I know they're getting hyped. This is going to be Sheridan Jones' first time getting a lot of snaps. I know they're getting hyped up, but these guys are fresh.
Yeah.
They're unproven. So if anything, it kind of gives you a little bit of a glance idea about what's going on with the skill level, or at least the experience. Let me say, not say skill level, experience level of your defense.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a cool deal. And what I think you should do is save this and do a midseason and a postseason, and then you can see how wrong you were about some of these.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The second that South Carolina has a higher rating on offense or defense, that's when you need to just crumple this all up and toss it in the garbage.
Now, Houston makes a good point out. That's why I want to do South Carolina, because I want to see, it's probably not going to be that good. I mean, they already make fun of their own recruiting.
Right.
So if my baseline is their recruiting, then it's going to be really low.
No, I don't know, man. Like I frequent said sites, and right now, hope reigns eternal. Right now, they're gonna win a championship in the next 5 years. That's the feeling.
An ACC championship? Another ACC?
No, a Sun Belt.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wherever they get moved to because they're not bringing in enough revenue. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that, I guess.